ready to go. We're ready to rock.
So you needed a pussy and a cock in the house to get going, huh?
Yeah, we got to have a pussy and a cock in the house to get going, and that just come on live. Great, wonderful.
Way to go, man.
Started it off right.
Exactly. I mean, if we're going to do it, we might as well talk about pussy and cocks right off the bat. God. Gunpowder, you got a link in your email. All you do is jump on here.
Yeah, I'm sure she wants in on this chat.
And bring Tardot too. This ought to become a family affair.
Hey, you may as well get a hold of Bob at this point. He can't make it any worse.
Well, I'm sort of hoping we can, backtrack a little bit and clear all that out and start from scratch. So, howdy, folks. How's everybody doing tonight?
Fair to middling.
Thanks to yeah, Sean, I understand it was one hell of a way to start a show talking about, pussies and cocks. Yes, Mike, really again. I sent Alan a link, but who knows what's going on with him? I ain't seen him in 2 or 3 days now. He's a busy man sometimes.
Her Highness is in the house.
Excuse me, it's Her Majesty. If you're gonna try to say my name, at least pronounce it correctly.
Sorry.
Yes, your high ass.
Sorry. So, Your Majesty, are you in here for the pussy and cock chat?
How could I pass up that kind of chat? I mean, what kind of person do y'all take me for?
One with more sense than we've got.
You must be drunk.
Oh, I just got a bleep over here on my gun channels.
Bleep.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you just got a strike.
Night strike.
No, it was Potato sending me a link to one of his chats. Well, that's interesting how that works.
Well, you see, what had happened was.
Continue.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. That's usually what I start with. You see, what had happened was.
See, now, Alice, you can go over to Potato's chat and we'll hold down the fort here. You can trust me and Gunpowder,
I mean, you can trust me. I'm not sure about Black Cat. I mean, he is.
Well, see, the last time I left you guys to your own devices, I left Alan in charge. That was not a wise decision, apparently.
That was a fucking mistake.
It didn't go that bad.
So next time, I'm going to leave somebody with a little more common sense. Gary in charge. I can trust Gary.
You sure?
It sounds like you're trying to hurt my feelings.
No, it's just Gary has a level head for the most part.
Just because I'm old.
Oh well, yeah, you're the old wise sage.
I don't know. Me and Alan and Gunpowder have taken Gary's foul territory down some pretty deep rabbit holes before.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
Speak yourself.
Just remember
Speak for yourself.
When you're talking about age, remember Bob's older than I am.
Yeah, and wow.
That's Canadian years, though.
Bob is older than the Rocky Mountains. I mean,
poor Bob.
That's Canadian years, though. That's only like 3/4, the same years as here.
What the fuck? Okay, come on, phone.
Hey, Tardot, send your husband a link to this shit. Get him in here.
Bob is in the house.
What's going on, Bob?
Why would I do such a thing?
Hey,
Vandalistica's out there too.
Yeah, I was about to call him out.
From the other side of the world, even.
Yeah. Hey. We take all kinds here. Australians, New Zealanders.
Hey, Vandalistica.
We'll even take, Africans and Germans and the Scottish. We don't. We have,
Yankees, Rebels.
See, yeah, we do take Yankees, unfortunately, but I'm too nice. We've even had McCoys in here. I've had McCoys on my chats, so yeah, we literally take everybody. I can't think of anybody we've turned away yet. Can you guys?
No, you let a gunpowder in here, so you pretty much have proven you ain't picky.
No, not at all. Well, we would like to have a Connecticut Yankee in here. Unfortunately, the Connecticut Yankee refuses.
You ain't never had Jumpy in any of your chats yet.
I'm trying to think. Have I not?
I don't. Has Jumpy ever been in anybody's chat?
I honestly don't know.
I don't think so.
You probably won't have a Jumpy in your chat because he thinks I do voodoo.
I haven't had a Flippy in my chats either.
Oh.
I'm
not going to go
I
there.
have had a Smeggy. I've had a Clover.
What is up?
I've had a Ghost.
What's up, Tardot?
What's going on, Tardot?
Well, there goes the neighborhood.
Hey, he has
this neighborhood's been far gone for a while.
He has just as much right to be here as you do.
I have just as much a right to screw shit up as you do.
Exactly. Wait a minute. Don't be screwing shit up on the show.
See? Mm-hmm.
Now I'm starting to rethink. Damn.
Hey, babe, I just found my gun channels patch. Woohoo!
I've got one of those.
I got one of those too.
Listen, classy pants. We're in the same house. I will throat punch you.
See, but I've got mine super glued to my gun case. So.
Well, I wasn't that fancy.
Well, you're gonna have to buy another one when you come to Tulsa. You gotta have it on your hat so you can take it off and put it in your hand for the picture.
Well, see, here's the thing.
You can't be lame now.
When I come, yes, go ahead.
Why in the hell would you super glue a patch to your gun case when you can super glue Velcro to your gun case to put your patch on?
Yeah.
Because I didn't have Velcro, but I did have glue. So.
Dude, it's a couple dollars at Walmart.
Yeah, well, I was in a hurry, and that works just fine, and I ain't got to ever worry about it falling off. I've also got a military arms channel patch that keeps falling off because I did just what you said. So what I'm going to do with that is buy some more super glue and super glue that sumbitch.
Did you buy the right type of Velcro? Because, they got the hook and loop Velcro, and then they got that shit that's like the 3M stuff that's just supposed to stick together that don't always work so well.
I think that's what this is, 3M stuff.
Yeah, you got to get the actual hook and loop Velcro and use that backside, the back piece.
Yeah, what I'll actually do is just buy another little bottle of super glue and super glue it on there and not have to worry about it ever. It'll be there until the day I die. And if somebody else ever gets a hold of the gun case, they're gonna play hell getting that shit off.
Super glue can be removed. Ain't that hard?
Really not.
A little bit of nail polish remover, take that shit right off.
Rubbing alcohol, anything. It'll take it off. Really, it will.
See, I'm hoping by the time that it goes to somebody else, they won't be smart enough to figure that out. It'll probably be one of these millennial kids, and hopefully they ain't got much sense. But we know they ain't got much sense.
I was about to say, if it's going to a millennial kid, they'll think it's like something totally different.
How the hell did he get this shit on here? Leave him a note or something.
They'll be trying to lock themselves in it. It's a fire safety thing. If there's a fire, we climb inside it.
Yeah, then they'd have to take all the guns out.
Yeah, but do you really want some of these dumbass millennials? Well, actually, it's not the millennials. It's whatever this new generation is. Generation Y or
I
whatever the
don't.
fuck it is.
Guys, I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it.
What are you going to do? Send Bob a link?
Oh, I'm going to put the link right out in the Yahoo chat or the YouTube chat.
I was about to say, in the Yahoo?
Yeah, in the
Yahoo?
YouTube. Yeah, in the YouTube chat.
That's a good description for this, the Yahoo chat.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
there are a bunch of Yahoos in here.
That's a good way to get Janice Gay in here, I tell you what.
Yeah, well, Janice Gay's got a link in his email. All he's got to do is check it. Of course, Janice Gay has been a no-show for the last, 3 or 4 nights.
Man, Janice Gay's been working hard. Didn't y'all know that?
Look, Vaseline in your right hand is not working hard. I'm just...
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. He's probably listening to this shit anyway, laughing his ass off at us. These fucking idiots. There it is, folks. Anybody that wants to jump in, there's the link. Have at it. It is a free-for-all. First come, first serve.
Oh, Lord.
Vanessa, I'd like to see you hit that link and jump in here. We would love to talk to you. We haven't had anybody from Connecticut in here yet, I don't think. You would be the first individual from Connecticut to be on one of my shows.
Connecticut Yankee.
Yeah.
Outlaw Hatfield's court. How about that?
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's a court, and if it is, who's the judge?
So, Hatfield, you decided for sure you're coming to Tulsa in November?
In about 2 weeks, when I get a little extra money, I am going to be buying the ticket to fly out there. Yes, I will be there this time around.
Awesome.
I might not have money to buy a freaking thing when I get there, but I will be there.
Well, that's pretty much how we were. We had just enough for gas, some food, everything else.
And I might be bunking up with somebody.
Well, once we're straightened out, I'm planning on having money set to the side so we can actually buy stuff.
See, what I'm afraid of,
you're leaving your wife at home, is what you're saying.
Probably.
Smart guy.
Yeah, screw you, Tardot.
You truly are.
There goes the neighborhood.
Hatfield, you truly are insane. You just posted your link on an open YouTube chat.
Yes, I did. Yes.
You're nuts, man. Honest to God, now I know why they talk about hillbillies the way they do.
You know what? Anybody that comes in that I don't want in, I've got this wonderful little button right here. And I can use this wonderful little button to remove anybody that I feel don't need to be here.
All right, that's true, Hal.
Yes, and
not nearly as dumb as you look.
Exactly. Hey, wait a minute. What the fuck you mean I'm not as dumb as I look?
That sounds hurtful.
Let me explain something to you.
Nice, because most people would just go, no, even if we talk sense, it's coming out of that.
I mean, I don't think I look that dumb. Damn.
Oh, hell no. I look at you and I go, oh, geez.
I mean, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, grant you, but
I am the brightest crayon in the box, though.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, if all the crayons are like dark purple and black.
She's going to kick your ass.
You know what?
And take your name.
I'm scared. I'm gonna get a bless your heart in a minute.
Bless your heart if that's the only thing you're gonna get in a minute.
No, you're probably gonna get a fuck you Tardot here in a minute.
Yeah.
As long as she's fucking Tardot, I ain't worried.
What?
She can say fuck you Tardot all day long. In fact, I'd laugh at that.
Hey, yeah, fuck you, Tardot.
See?
Well, who's gonna do it? It's not gonna be me because I don't go that way.
No, we know what you go for. We heard the chat the other night.
Wait a minute. Bob was molesting RL?
Oh no. He was telling us all about those farm animals. I was like, oh Lord, what chat did I jump into?
Yeah, okay.
No.
I thought Bob got a hold of the black cat there for a minute. I was starting to get worried.
No, he scratches.
Gee whiz.
You'll know if he does when you hear
What's
fluffy ears.
Taking
that?
another
Something against Bob grabbing Black Pussy or what?
Linking into the chat is the challenge. No, that's not a challenge, Kitty. All you have to do is click on that link and you will get in here.
I was probably complaining about the fact that they tried to make Brokeback Mountain about cowboys, and it was actually about sheep herders, which then made me go, why?
Here we go again.
All right, yeah, we could go on. But it was just a really bad premise for a movie, and it was stupid. And it was stupid to call them cowboys if they were herding sheep, right? They were sheep herders. They might have rode a horse. Oh boy, everybody did back in the day. It really pissed me.
Do we really want to do this again?
Cowboys do not do that shit. That is just like not in their lexicon. It's not anywhere in their.
Okay, Bob. We get it.
Yeah.
We get it.
Bad movie.
See, Bob?
Bad movie. All rotten.
Hey, Alaskan 556 was in here. Y'all ran him out.
Yeah.
You ran out Alaskan 556.
Bob started talking about his Brokeback Cowboy days again, and that's what happens. People don't want to stick around.
I'm not. You guys are really annoying sometimes.
That's why you love us, Bob.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
I mean, think about it. I posted the link. You came in here. What did you expect to happen? This is a free-for-all, brother.
I know. I actually came in here to give you shit for just posting the link on YouTube, going like, "Are you a lunatic?" You know, not really thinking to myself, "Who am I talking to?" Oh, shit.
Alaska 556.
That
I'll tell
question.
you what we're gonna do. I just happen to know that you're over on gun channels. So, and Vanessa Kitty, I sent you a link to gun channels too, because I knew you were over there.
Oh, Vanessa will never come in because she's scared of me, I think.
Everybody's scared of you, Bob.
Scared of me.
With good reason.
Not really.
That's only common sense.
I'm the most. Yeah, I mean, I'm very kind and gentle with married women, and just do what they ask if they ask me to help them or something. But other than that, I treat them respectfully. And single women, I treat them the same way, except if they ask me to do certain things, I'm quite willing to. And yeah.
Horses, he pets real nice first. He's nice to everybody.
As long as they don't mind that faint, or they don't notice that faint smell of chloroform,
Bob, has anybody ever told you you're so full of shit your eyes are brown?
Oh, yeah.
He's so full of shit, Tardot's eyes are brown.
Yeah, my eyes actually are brown, so yeah.
Mm.
Well, it kind of got blue circles around the outside, but mostly brown.
Vandalistic, would you like a link to get in here, buddy? I posted one out in the chat. If you wanted to jump in, you're more than welcome. Here, I'll post it again.
My daughter has a brown eye and a blue eye.
That's badass.
I know. It's so cool. Like all her friends think, "Oh, are you cosplaying?" And she's like, "No, those are just my eyes."
Yeah, well, is your daughter pretty? Is she single?
Yeah, but she's like only 20 years old, and she really wouldn't be interested in you. She's like a cosplay.
That's cool, dude. I'm into cosplay. That's fine.
No, she's like a cool, skinny, gorgeous girl, and
Oh,
you're.
you don't think I can handle a cool, skinny, gorgeous girl? Is that what this is on?
Gosh, yeah, no, you couldn't. Yeah, no.
Oh
No,
yeah,
Yeah, no.
I'd bring her style.
I mean,
I'd
really,
bring
the best, like Hatfield, the best you can hope for in your life is to find like about a 40-year-old MILF who's maybe got a bad smoking cough and wants to marry you anyway, and then 10 years later goes like down with lung cancer and you get scared all her shit. That's the best you can hope for, man.
Hey, Bob.
Holy shit.
Hey, Bob. When I start
Tell us.
calling you Dad, just overlook it.
That's funny shit right there. You know it.
She's gonna say, Dad, I brought home my boyfriend. It's gonna be me.
Oh my god, that's way worse than guess who's coming for dinner.
Yeah, that's okay, Bob. I'll teach her right.
Yeah, well, whatever. No, that would
Is
never.
that part of those get them young, teach them right type of things?
No. I'm gonna put a fishing rod in her hand.
She's caught like 3-foot-long trout, man. She knows how to fish. She knows how to shoot.
See, he did all the hard work for you. Now you just gotta get her.
Hot damn, I'm set.
Except she wouldn't like you.
Yeah, Dad, now you gotta stop saying things like that.
Now, what if she brought home somebody like Night Strike? Then what would you think?
Go for Ellis.
No, seriously, like, yeah, my daughter would have nothing to do with any of you people. I mean, she barely, like,
So what you're saying is her taste is as bad as yours.
Well, she doesn't anymore, so, like, she's one of those social justice warriors, even though she actually agrees with me on gun laws. Like, she agrees that people making gun laws should actually know what guns do and what they are, and that regular rifles and hunting rifles shouldn't be outlawed because they look scary and shit like that. But yeah, she's one of those. People can be peanut butter if that's what their sex is, because that's what they choose. She's one of those.
Oh well, see that would be an issue. You're right. That would definitely because I'd have to ask her. Are you sure you came from Bob?
Well, no, I mean she believes she's a girl. She knows. She goes, well, I'm not confused. I know I'm a girl, but these other people, they can decide what they want. It's all about personal choice. Like, it's so hard to argue if it's like, oh, it's personal choice. Like owning a gun or not owning a gun. He's like, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm allergic to the bullshit.
I know.
My allergies are acting up.
Yeah. It's like, no. There's girls and boys because that's the only two they make. Now, there's some girls and some boys that like girls and like boys. All right? We have that in cats and dogs and other animals. Okay, we'll deal with that. It's a very small percentage. It's like 1% of the population is like, whatever. It's not going to hurt me. But now they got all this other crap. That's like this. Like, give them an inch, they take a mile.
Yeah, my defense against any of that is very simple. So you're a guy that thinks you're a girl. Go have a DNA test and tell me what it comes back.
Yeah, but the thing is, they say that doesn't matter. It's how they feel. Well, that's the whole thing. It's all about feelings now, right? It's like, oh, you
your feelings.
Okay, so whenever I sit there and I tell them I feel like you're a dumbass. Are they gonna get offended because they're all about feelings?
Well, that's the thing is, they'll say you hurt my feelings. That means that's hate speech, right? That's how they're trying to attack the First Amendment because they'll say, I think there's only two genders, male and female, which is a scientific fact, and they'll go, that offends me because I'm an attack helicopter. I'm a transgender, rainbow. Like it's. And yet courts will say it happened in Canada, man.
Oh yeah, I want to move to Canada just so I can have my driver's license sit there and say that I'm a dude.
Yeah.
Then when all these people are like, "You're a female, you don't know what it's like." No, my driver's license says I'm male, bitch.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
it
right. What's her name?
Yeah.
The rebel.
Chick. Yeah, I can't remember what her name is.
Oh God, she's gorgeous too.
Yeah, she's hot.
Remember that. Anyway, she's had like urine thrown on her and stuff like that because she said like, "What's wrong with Trump?" And so they'll throw urine on her. It's like ridiculous. Actually, she has been banned. Laura Southern, that's it.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, she has been banned from England. You cannot go to England anymore, even though she's a Canadian citizen. So if anybody thinks that Canada's Britain, no. She's been banned from going to Britain because of her terrorist connections. You know what that amounts to? Is she went to some street and said, put a table out in pamphlets because there had been a Vice article that said Jesus might be gay. So she put a bunch of pamphlets out that said Buddha might be gay. Muhammad might be gay. That's the one that got
Which offended people.
Oh, yeah.
They can talk about Jesus all day, but you start talking about their beliefs, and it's like, oh, I can't handle this.
It does not matter.
Well, it wasn't that. It was they had to shut it down for Laura Southern and the other people who were helping her safety because the crowd was getting violent, right? So
imagine that.
Yeah, they shut down free speech because the crowd's getting violent. So isn't that what Antifa wants? Isn't that what the left wants, right? Is, all right, we don't agree with what they're saying, we'll just shut them down by getting loud. Jeez, I think Hitler did that, didn't he? It's crazy what's going on. This left-wing
so
bullying.
I'm assuming it's coming from gunpowder, but what the hell is the noise that sounds like a clown is masturbating back there?
On me.
That's Bozo. He's in your house.
Apparently.
Oh, Lord.
Gary, did George get into the catnipping yet?
Maybe. Now George is up here in front of the microphone. He's ready to. When he's ready to speak, he'll let you know.
Hey, Tardot, I'm tearing up your stuff. That's what the noise is.
Sure.
Yeah, if you want to hear dog talk, I can get Charlie in here. He'll be whining within a couple of minutes.
Oh, no shit. He knows what's coming if he's alone with you.
No, he's the whiniest dog. He's the whiniest, cryest dog in the world. He should be a lap dog because he comes up to you and goes, "Oh, pet me, pet me, pet me." Yeah, but he's 160 pounds, right? He's not a lap dog. He thinks he is. He tries to crawl in your lap and shit. He's like 8 years old. He's still doing this. I've been like, get off me, you dumbass. For like 5 years, and he still just keeps climbing up. I want to get on your lap, and it's like, you're fucking bigger than me.
So, Tardot, Gunpowder, I just figured out how you two can make a lot of money. A
Not by
whole
doing porn. We already kind of decided against that.
Get your mind out the gutter.
Come on, Hatfield. That's really not appropriate on a live chat to talk about them doing stuff like that. And
Would you get your mind out of the gutter for a minute and let me talk?
Well,
Listen, I am not going to say no to anything until I at least try it once. Okay, so whatever. I may like it. Okay, so what is it?
Okay, so what you do is you post cameras around your house. And every morning you wake up, you turn on the computer and live film your day. And you two going back and forth at each other all day, that would be a hit. That would absolutely be a hit. People would love it.
Yeah, and it happens every day. Shit, you can ask everybody who saw us at Wanamaker or at Tulsa. It's pretty much an everyday thing.
Yeah, but you'd have to have somebody sit there and edit out the dead spots in the middle, right?
No. Leave it all in. Leave it all in.
Oh, God, no. That would be terribly boring, right? Just 8 hours of someone's day. You only want 8 hours of the good, or like hours of the good stuff.
How do you know that there's dead spots? Have you hooked up a camera and been watching our house?
And if he says yes, if I was you two, I'd hire professionals.
Well, and it's
and
Bob, it's a live stream, so there's really no editing.
Seriously, yeah, I think it'd be really tough. I wouldn't do it.
You'd be surprised what people watch.
No, they'd
where
love it.
Tardot gets quiet, the kids would pick up. So, you know. But I'd probably lose a lot of subscribers because they'd figure out how fucking batshit crazy I really am.
I mean, I know I walk out of the bathroom naked all the time.
I don't want to know that.
Well, no, I just do, and so do most grown-ups. Even when you have kids, especially if
they don't. Grown-ups don't walk out of their bathroom naked. They use a towel because that's what grown-ups do.
Why would I use a towel? I already dried myself.
God almighty.
Oh, my God.
So, to take this back to maybe some gun-related topics or something. Hey, Gary, quick question. If I can convince the people at Fort Scott to do a production tour, would you be up for it?
Sure. Good. What'd you do? Kick everybody out, Bob?
Not me.
Wow. No, somebody had a bad connection. Oh, well, it was Gunpowder that left first, so it's her fault.
Yeah, I told her, and she's not agreeing. But anyways, yeah, Gary, because I'm emailing back and forth with the guy from Jonathan from Fort Scott and seeing if he can maybe wiggle something in there.
That would be cool as shit, man.
It'd be kind of a drive for us, but I'd make plans.
That's really, yeah, for me, that's only a couple hours. I've driven through Fort Scott. I've driven right by their factory many times. I know exactly where it is.
Oh,
it's only a few hours for us, like times 3 or 4.
Well, I got their video together today and posted it on my Patreon. I'm probably going to publish it tomorrow. And I emailed them yesterday asking them a couple questions about stuff, and that was one of them, was if they would be able to squeeze in a production tour at some point.
That would be cool to see.
Definitely.
Bob, I think I might have somebody coming in here with some bad news for you. You're not going to like it, I'm telling you now.
Okay, what is it?
Well, if he joins, I'll let him tell you, because I don't like being the bearer of bad news, brother. And it's bad. It's
better not be Hosh. Better not be telling me some space program's gone shitty.
No, it ain't Hosh.
Oh.
I'll give you a hint. He's dead and he's a horse.
Oh, dead horse. That means he hasn't finished building my AR in 7.62 by 3.9 that he's gonna loan me when I come down.
Well, I just sent the dead horse a link. Let's see if he shows up.
All right. Oh no, I already heard the news. They're going to quit making high powers. I already heard that.
Oh! You already know about that?
Yeah.
Well, it gets worse. Apparently, they're going to start making them in the Philippines now.
Well, you know what? I don't have that big a problem with that. They make some pretty decent guns. Actually, there's a couple of manufacturers here in Canada making like top end quality high powers, like $2,000 high powers that are just like, all the latest updates and everything, and they're just made to pristine quality, So yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Actually, it's probably going to be Arms Corps, and Arms Corps does a damn good job with 1911, so I don't see any problem with the high points.
Oh hell no! Yeah, like I said, but I have my actual Browning high power, and I'm still gonna find one that my dad would have carried in World War II, like around the same year, just because I want to have one. But that's why I'm just a high power fan. My dad was a big high power fan. He came back from World War II. He wanted every gun he owned to be a semi-automatic. He loved that high power. He hated every other gun they gave him.
Hey, Vandalistic, I got a question for you. Are there any firearm manufacturers in Australia? I can't think of any, honestly.
I bet there are, but I think the best question would be: are there any good firearm manufacturers in Australia?
Well,
There's a couple that actually manufacture pistols for the export market and for export militaries that are pretty good, I've heard.
Well, I've just never heard of anything coming out of Australia.
Well, see, that's what I say. That's what I don't understand. Is when, and it's the same thing with the states that are actually in the U.S. When you've got these states and countries that have got restrictions on all these firearms and certain banned firearms, but then you got the companies in that country making the firearms, and they're allowed to export it like crazy. It's like, hey, it's kind of hypocritical. It's like, we don't want them in our country, but we have no problem sending them to y'all.
Oh yeah, I know.
Not that I'm going to complain, but
Canada's guilty of that as a country, right? Like we supply huge amounts of weapons to Saudi Arabia and stuff, and yet we're like, oh no, we're all nice and we got a feminist prime minister who's like, LBGT, come on, Muslims, come on in. As long as you vote liberal, just come on in.
Y'all's prime minister isn't just feminist; he's feminine.
He's a fucking turd. God, man. That one guy got to box him. Oh man, if that had been me, I would have just been the chance to just like destroy him.
Would you have hurt him bad, Bob?
No, I would have probably given him brain damage, but maybe the guy did. I mean, because it sure seems like he's got brain damage. Like he is the most idiotic, stupidest person you've ever heard. I mean, it is ridiculous that he is the prime minister of this country.
Have you ever listened to Nancy Pelosi for a minute?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, he is as bad, if not worse, than her, and yet he is the leader. It'd be like if Nancy Pelosi was your president.
Oh God, don't say something like that, dude.
That happens under the game,
right? You hear what I'm saying?
That's what I was about to say. Is it's not uncommon, Hatfield. You understand? It's not uncommon to have idiots in Congress and idiots in the Senate.
I know. Believe me, we just had an idiot that was president for 8 years. And we came a cunt's hair from having a worse one in there. So,
more. Yeah, okay. I'll agree with that.
The thing about Obama was he was an awful president, and he was not very bright, and
He didn't do anything.
Here's the thing. I'll disagree there. Is when you say he was an awful president, but when you say he wasn't that bright, no, he became president twice by walking out and doing a sales pitch where he just said change pretty much left and right.
Yeah, well,
He's intelligent. He's just an intelligent asshole.
Yeah, I mean, all he was there for was to be the
this.
first black.
He's an incompetent, intelligent asshole.
Yeah, he was there to be the first black president, and he just enjoyed it. He's going to be rich the rest of his life. Oh, he already was actually, but you know, it's going to be even richer. Even though both him and his wife, who were lawyers, were thrown out of law, like were banned from practicing law because of illegalities they did.
Just because of him being the first black president, I mean, if they ever become hard up for cash, all he has to fucking do is write a book, do some kind of script for a movie based off of his life or some shit, and he'll be set.
You got to know the book's written already, right? Somebody else wrote it. He's just gonna read it and go, "Yeah, that sounds about right," and sign off on it. He won't have to do shit. And he's going to be a millionaire. Well, just like Clinton's, right? They were broke when they left the White House, and then all of a sudden they had like $20 billion. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. That was one of the worst nightmares I can imagine, is having Hillary Clinton as president. Could you imagine what a shit show we'd be in right now?
And that's the thing, is like the Democrats shot themselves in the foot. If they had run anyone else, like they could have pretty much run Bozo the Clown, and they would have beat Trump, because no one really liked Trump. They were just like,
He's Hillary.
That fucking witch.
Well, it's like somebody looking at you and saying, okay, it's like somebody looking at you and saying, I'm going to give you a choice. You can either get, I don't know, syphilis, or you can get AIDS. Pick the one you want.
Why would you make it about STDs, man?
Because that's about the way it is. Right? Which one's going to be worse on you?
You always revert back to what you know.
I guess, yeah.
Fuck you, Tarda.
Really, and so that's a warning to all the women out there, especially the one that's out there listening to Hatfield right now that came in earlier. I would get them to get tests first, or wear a condom. If you don't have one, saran wrap.
See, the one thing I would have loved and been able to see after the election for president was just to be able to see Hillary in the back having her meltdown after she realized she lost, because they'd been telling her since she was the first lady that her turn was coming pretty much. So that would have just been amusing as hell to see.
She was so fucking pissed when Obama got it, right? Apparently she went ballistic then, right? When Obama got the nomination instead of her. And they said when Trump won, like, she was just nuts, from what I've heard. She was just like, uncontrollable. She was smashing shit and throwing shit. Alma just ran away. Her girlfriend just ran away. Anthony Weiner's wife. Isn't that so weird?
That Anthony Weiner has a wife? Yes.
Well, that she's also Hillary Clinton's lover.
40 Guy X2, and what game would you like to play?
You know what? The only game I play nowadays is World of Warships.
I have never played that one. I did play World of Tanks, and I got very addicted to that for quite a while.
Yeah,
I don't play a whole lot of games anymore, but I get told to go play a game of HUD and go fuck myself pretty frequently.
yeah, I get that too. But no, World of Warships is really cool for once you get older because it's slower, right? You got to sail to this point, and then you can maybe see the guy over at 30 miles and launch some shells at him and shit like that, or maybe torpedoes or destroyer. So it's quite interesting for an older person because it's much slower. Because we are slower as you get older. Ask our wives; they live much longer, much to their happiness. But you know, um,
Bob, you just can't help yourself, can you?
I know I can't actually help myself, but I am actually thinking I should get a Twitch account and start streaming World of Warships. Me playing World of Warships. I think that'd be kind of cool.
I think that's a brilliant idea, Bob. The first person to get Bob to say the 1911 won World War II wins.
Well, no, I'm picturing this shit because Bob, have you ever seen Twitch?
Twitch TV? Yeah.
Okay, I'm just curious because the chats that happen on Twitch are pretty much one giant freaking rabbit hole.
And he'd fit right in.
Yeah, it really wouldn't bother me that much. I'd just be drinking beer and playing World of Warships.
Yeah, well, Bob,
who wouldn't like that? Right. Who wouldn't pay me a bunch of money to watch that?
So, Bob, did the 1911 win World War II?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
no. It really didn't.
I guess I'm a loser.
It was a sidearm, right? I mean, there was probably just as many Smith & Wessons issued. It really was not the winner of World War II. The winner of World War II, as a rifle, for a battle rifle, the one that really came out ahead was the M1 Garand. I have to give it that. The Lee Enfield was at the end of its life, but it still gave great service, just as good as the M1 Garand. But the M1 Garand really did. It was the premier rifle of World War II.
I would have to agree with that statement.
Yeah.
And, then again, the K98 wasn't no slouch either. It didn't win by any means, but
much like Lee Enfield, much like Lee Enfield, it was an earlier wars rifle. It was a World War I design kind of thing, right?
Yeah. Well, the only reason they kept the K98 was because Hitler insisted on it.
Well, it was like Hitler made all kinds of stupid decisions, but you just take that away and just go, that's what they ran with. The British ran with the Lee Enfield, but they had 10-round magazines. The Lee Enfield was just a much faster firing rifle. And it was, for bolt actions in World War II, it was the best rifle. For semi-automatics in World War II, you really want to get down to it, that there was a German GR, 41 or something like that. It was really good. But, I mean, for the ones I've shot, the SVT-40 is the premier. That thing shoots so well and is so reliable. It is just, it's a tank. It's a big, long rifle, but it just, like, you can pound round after round after round down range, and it's just.
Did you happen to catch the end of Never Enough Ammo's chats tonight?
I did not catch the end of it. No, I caught.
Well, he did a top 5 surplus military rifle, and the Lee Enfield actually came in. I think it was number 1 or 2.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. They are one of the coolest. I mean, the thing is, I grew up with them. That was like the junk rifle you got if you were the kid who didn't have a proper deer rifle. You got some old 303 Lee Enfield Jungle carbine or something. And so it was like, for me, it was never a gun I particularly cared about. And then, you know, when I got older, it was like, oh, I really want to get one of them now, and I couldn't find one. But now I'm all about, I want a Ross rifle, like a World War I Ross rifle.
Okay, let's do this. Let's go through the panel. And each one of you guys name one rifle from World War II that you would love to own. And it don't have to be Allied. It can, you know, it can be Axis powers. That's fine. Just choose one rifle out of all of them that you would just love to be able to own in pristine condition. And Ariel, you can go first.
That's tough because I like Enfields, but I own several of those already. So I'd go Grand, actually. I don't own a Grand, but I'd love to have a pristine one. That would be sweet.
Bob?
Durand.
Good choice. By God, you can't beat them. Fine 8. What do you got, buddy?
Well, since I already have a Grand, I'm going to say the Boys anti-tank rifle.
No.
Go big or go home, huh?
Well, like, not that big. I mean, I could have said the Gustav gun or a 20mm Lottie, but, you know, something reasonable.
Okay, well, that's your choice.
I've actually got one when I was a kid. It was great.
The Boys or the Lottie?
Oh, the Boys. Yeah.
Gary, what's your choice?
Grand.
The Grand. So far, the Grand is coming out ahead on this deal. Tardot?
As much as I want to be different from the group, I'm going to have to go with Grand.
And for me, it's a tie, actually. Because there's no way I could pick one over the other.
So the guy doing the quiz gets to say, "Oh, you can have two choices."
No. Let me. If you would shut up and let me finish. If you would just shut up and let me finish.
I don't like.
There's two guns in World War II that I have always wanted to get my hands on. I love the K98 Mausers. I always have. It's great action, it's a great rifle, extremely accurate.
Yeah, I got one.
And
okay.
Well, good. If you don't want it, you can send it to me. But I am an American citizen. So if I could get an M1 Grand in pristine condition, I would jump on that shit in a hurry over about any other thing you could hand me. So I think we can pretty much say that the Grand's got this one.
Yeah. The thing is, I can get them here in okay condition, but they're like $1,500.
Well, yeah, I seen one in a local shop here about a month and a half ago, and he wanted $850 for it. And if I'd have had the money at the time, I'd have bought it because it was in good condition. It wasn't pristine by any means, but it was in good condition for a Grand.
Good serviceable condition.
So I was like, oh, I picked it up, looked at it, you know, got a boner, put it back down because I knew I couldn't afford it.
Thank God that
the Grand or the boner?
The Grand. The Grand.
I'm actually surprised nobody picked the STG-44.
You know what though? That is a that's one of those rifles that it's cool to have, but the ammo is ridiculous. It's not that great a rifle. I mean, I really think the Grand you got one-on-one, the Grand's gonna win because it's got longer range, it's got way more power when it hits.
All right, guys. Hey, I got to jump off, so I will talk to y'all later.
See you later, Tyler.
Later.
We lost Tardot. We're gaining gunpowder. That sounds like a fair trade to me.
Well,
Yep.
better than fair, I think.
Actually, you're going to lose me for a minute. I'll be back. I'm going in to get a cup of coffee here at the store.
Okay, I want mine black, no sugar, no cream, and pick me up some Jack
I'll take a
Links.
bear claw.
I want some Jack
I'll
Links.
take a roller dog.
A 6-pack of Coors Light, okay?
All right, so we got all this stuff here, and I've got a side of go fuck yourself for everybody.
Is it the spicy or the mild?
Dead Horse said he would have picked the USS Missouri 406 millimeter.
Dead horse, this is America, goddammit. We use inches, not millimeters.
America.
Freaking Bob's starting to seep into your head there.
No,
Well, unless you're Ellis, it's just easier for him to measure in millimeters.
the
No,
problem
not
is,
for me, buddy. I couldn't tell you the difference between a millimeter and a centimeter. So
Millimeters the thickness of a dime.
you talk about metric. I mean, metric's easy in some ways and it's stupid in others, right? If you grew up on gallons, which I did, right? They only switched to metric when I was leaving high school. And all of a sudden, oh, now we're not measuring in feet and yards. It's going to be meters and centimeters. And I was like, oh, fuck that shit. My tape measure is still in feet and yards. That's what I'm using. And gallons, same thing, right? It's like, oh, okay, a liter is about a quarter of a gallon. All right. Gallon.
that would just get on my nerves very quickly.
It's really not that bad. You get used to it pretty quick, and then eventually you'll change over. I guess some people do. I never have. I mean, this started when I was a teenager, and I still think in gallons per mile. And, I look at something and go, that's about a half a mile. I don't go.
I tell you the one thing that I tell you the one thing I find weird about that. We call our units of measure the standard, and yet everybody else in the world uses meters and millimeters and liters, and I'm like, so why are we the fucking standard? Who come up with that shit?
Because it used to be imperial standard.
Yeah.
Oh,
And yet, actually, the
Or
really
English.
funny thing was, you guys, your gallons and stuff like that in America were different than the ones in Britain. Like an imperial gallon is bigger than your gallons.
yeah, well, they're still wrong. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm just saying, right? I mean, because I know we used to get like a 5-gallon jerry can was not 5 gallons, right? It was like 4.6 or something. Because imperial gallons were a little bit bigger. That's why people used to come here and they test. Why can the Canadians build cars that get so much better mileage? Duh. It's
Because their gallons are a bit bigger than yours.
like duh.
Giggity.
Yeah, but I mean, it was. We used the imperial standard, which was the one the British used, and then the Europeans used liters, right? Britain, being right next to Europe, eventually converted, and then we had to convert for some stupid reason.
Because you're still a subject of the crown, that's why.
Exactly. I mean, there was a lot of people in Canada going, let's just convert to gallons like the American standard, right? Why do we have to convert to the British standard? And it was like, because we're, we have this, we're part of the Commonwealth. It's the whole Commonwealth thing, right? You're not part of the crown, but you're part of the Commonwealth. That really sucks.
You can always tell the crown to kiss your ass and get away from it.
Well, I have tried to do that many times. Like every time the royals, this is no shit, man. This is how bad it is. If a princess or a prince wants to come visit Canada, pay for everything. Their security, their transport, their hotels. I want to fly that helicopter. Okay, sir. And we pay for it all, the Canadian taxpayers. It makes me fucking nuts. We're talking, like, you got to remember, the British royal family is the richest, or some of, maybe not the richest, but some of the richest people in the world. And I have to pay for their vacation? Woo, woo, woo. Wow.
That sounds fair. Yeah, that sounds fair. I mean, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Apparently to them it does.
I wish somebody would pay for my damn vacation. Let me fly a helicopter.
Yeah, well.
You know, of course, that's probably not a good idea considering I can't fly anything. But you know, what the hell?
I have a fucking ex-wife that would rather have me sit here and burn up my pension on paying twice the, you know, cost I have to pay to live here in the winter as to live in Arizona, where the cold doesn't kill me. And yeah, it's crazy.
So is that your dream, Bob, to move to Arizona?
Oh, not full time. Hell no. I just want to go to Arizona in the winter and come home in the summer, right? Because like the winter here is just hell for me, right? Because I have fibromyalgia, and cold and the weather temperature changes and shit like that. It's it's torture. No, seriously, man. I mean, you basically can't go outside. I mean, when you walk outside at -30, if you got fibro, it's it's not good. But anyway, so yeah, my ex-wife, because she's doing all this court shit, is fucking.
I thought you were over and done with all that, dude.
I thought I was too, but she just doesn't stop. She's like the Terminator. She'll never stop until she's dead.
Maybe you want to find a pool of molten metal. Maybe she'll lower herself down in it and give you a thumbs up, as you know.
I don't think it'd quite be a thumbs up. Need to move over a couple fingers.
Yeah, no, it's just, she's just being a really not nice person.
Ask her if you gave up like a kidney, if she'd leave you alone or something, you know.
Oh no, she's the biggest thing is she's not happy that when she, you know, decided to end the 30-year marriage, that I didn't just like self-destruct and shoot myself in the head or something and give her all my pension. That's the biggest thing that pisses her off. That's what she was hoping for, I'm pretty sure. Because she did everything she could to make sure that I was just like fucking. Yeah, but yeah.
Well, see, what she wasn't counting on is your support. You got a lot of people.
I didn't care about the sport. I came. I was done. I wasn't on gun channels. I wasn't on anything for about 6 months. Man, I just kind of went, oh fuck this shit. And of course, then I had my massive heart attack because I just ended this 30-year marriage, or she had ended. Although I found out later reasons I would have ended it. But anyway, yeah, I had a massive heart attack and almost died, and had to do a bunch of heart surgery and shit. And then, I was like, okay, fuck you. I don't care anymore. I'm not going to get excited about anything. And then I've just been, kind of on the gun channel tour since. Except when I have to do this court shit where I'm stuck back in Canada.
Yeah, well. Dead Horse, how you doing, buddy?
Yo. Got a piece of advice for everyone.
Okay.
27-year-old cognac tastes like pretty much like cough syrup. Like Like it's just like cough syrup. So if you want to drink 27-year-old cognac, just go buy a bottle of like Vicks 44 or something. There you go.
Yeah.
That sounds disgusting.
Good
Like
money saving tip
it's
there.
not near as good as like what I thought it was going to be. Like, you know, and at first it tasted like really fucking bad, so I stuck it in the freezer for a couple hours and got it all nice and chilled, which helped. But then it still just tasted like cold, thick cough syrup. And like, yeah, and this was like a BSOP, which is like the high grade, the older stuff. Like, yeah, it was like a really expensive bottle, but I mean, still, like, it sucked, man. I'd rather have had like a cheap $5 bottle of whiskey, honestly.
Well, I can buy whiskey here that's from that old
Canadian Host,
the Canadian the old whiskey guy.
Canadian Hunter, Canadian Host. What is it like?
Canadian Goose,
Blue Velvet or something? Black
Canadian
Velvet.
Stag.
There's a wedding one. The cheapest one you used to be able to get is like White Wedding or some kind of wedding one. And it was the worst rye whiskey you've ever tasted. I used to buy that all the time and give it to natives to let them go so I could go out in there fish on their lakes. You know, because you buy a couple bottles of that and you bribe them. But yeah, it was terrible stuff.
Well, next time, just get
Home wedding. That was it.
100-year-old bottle of whiskey, and you'll be okay.
Well, can we just admit that Crown Royal is definitely the best whiskey to come out of Canada? Can we
Yes.
just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crown Royal. Yeah, that's good whiskey.
Yes. The Crown is
how I drink my Crown?
You get that much? I don't
How
like.
I drink? Go ahead, Bob.
I don't like whiskey that much, but that's one that I will drink.
I learned this trick from an old timer. I like, you know, I either always drink my liquor straight or I'd have like a complete like mixed drink, like a Long Island or whiskey sour or some shit, right? But this old timer told me one day that I was wasting my whiskey, like my good whiskey, doing that. And he told me just you buy the cheap shit for the mixers. Like if you want a mixed drink, if you're gonna drink something straight, you drink it like put a little bit of water in it, just like, you know, just a little bit, not an ice cube, but just water. And it really does help the flavor, and it like brings out the flavor of the whiskey. So that's like any good whiskey now. I just put a little bit of purified water in with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not very much. So it'll still be like 75% whiskey, 25% water. So it's not like it's not quite a 50-50 mix, but just a little bit of water, a splash of water to it, like really brings out the flavor in a good whiskey. And I've been doing that trick now for a long time, man. And like, yeah, every time I buy a good bottle of whiskey, that's what I like to do. It's just a little water. That's the only thing I put in it.
What we used to do is no matter what the whiskey was, it was like you'd pour a mug full of whiskey and you take a little bit of snow and just put some snow in it. And to cool it off, of course, and but it's exactly the same thing, right? It adds a little bit of water to it, gives it.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to get it cold. You're supposed to drink it room temperature. Like you're supposed to drink it like right at like 70 degrees.
You're out in the middle of the woods. It's already minus 20. I mean.
So basically, what Bob is saying is that we cannot let him and Smiggy at the same place at the same time if he's drinking.
That's true, right? Oh wait, there is a story where Smiggy and I actually have traveled together, I think.
Oh dear God, that's scary.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was story time.
Oh yes, I remember that. That's actually me, you, and Smiggy.
Right, and he had to get up on the roof because he took his shoes off or something.
No, you took your shoes off.
All right, everybody else had to get on the roof.
Yeah, because you were driving, apparently.
Yeah. Well, it's all right. My RV, I've actually got a plan to cut the air conditioning out of the roof. And I'm going to put a big skylight on that pops up so that when you're going down the road, you can actually open the skylight and get out on the roof. That's going to be bad.
That sounds like a great idea.
Oh, it really does. It's a perfect idea because I'm going to put the air conditioning in the back of the camper van, right? Because the new air conditioners, like the little window ones you can get, are so much more efficient than the old 19.
When are you just gonna buy a little van like G-Webs do? Not like
I
driving
don't
around.
want. I will not do that. I will not do that. That is just
But
ridiculous.
like buy a little camper one, you know, like the with the top that you can actually
I
stand up
won't
in.
even do that. I will not. I mean, my newest van is the smallest I will ever go. It's 24 feet.
Yeah, next thing you know, first thing Bob puts in the skylight access for when he's going down the road. Next thing he'll hook up extensions to the brake, the gas, and the steering wheel and have himself a flying bridge.
Oh man, I saw a van like that. Some guy customized some kind of really weird 50s retro van, and it had a flying bridge. And I was like, oh damn, I want that so bad. I saw it in Jay Leno's garage, I think.
Why would you want that, Bob?
You know how badass that'd be to drive down the highway like 20 feet above the highway on top of this bus? That'd be fucking cool.
Until you get to a bridge that's 19 and a half feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the bad part. But like I say, I mean, even with my skylight, I know my van will never be more than 13 feet. So, yeah, you'll be okay.
That's saying you're 5 foot nothing, so 18-foot bridge.
But anyway, that's why you can duck. But
Lord.
yeah, no, it's really cool. Like I've got it figured out. I have the skylight. I've had this skylight for, I honest to God, 20 years. I'm the kind of person. I have a hot tub, or not a hot tub, whirlpool tub. I bought because my store where I worked at the time was selling it, and it had been up on display, so they had the motor out of it, but it had been stored, and this tub had been on display for a couple of years up on the ceiling, and it was like a 2-person 6-foot-long whirlpool tub, super fancy. I think retail on it normally was like, you know, $2,800, something like that. I bought it for $200. I never had a house to put it in. I still have it. Like 20 years later, I still have this hot tub. Because, like, damn it, that's a cool hot tub. Well, not hot tub, but spa tub, whatever.
Bob.
Yeah.
In 20 years, you couldn't have built another room on just to put that tub in.
You know, I wanted to. I was married by that point, and it was like my life was not my own anymore. Yeah, so.
Okay, well, how long has she been gone now?
Well, a couple of years, but I don't really have a home now, and I can't figure out how to put it on the motorhome. Like, honest to God, man, I do not have I don't own a house anymore, which really sucks.
Okay, what kind of condition is the tub in right now?
Oh, it's like brand new. I moved it from my storage, like from my garage, to this. It's still got the plastic covering, you know, to protect the gel coat, and the motor is still there, and it's still like has never been turned on or used.
Well, see, then what you do is you post that some bitch on eBay.
Why? Why? I'd never get another deal like this. I'd never get a tub like this again. I still, like, at one point, I want to build a tiny house, and I'm just thinking the coolest thing in a tiny house would be you go in the great room in the front entrance, which is, you know, the biggest part of the tiny house. The 2 wings have the lofts where you sleep and shit. But the big room, you'd have a wood-burning stove, and you'd have a table. But if you flip the top off the table, you've got this great tub. That's my dream.
Sounds like a recipe for mold and mildew.
Eh,
Mold and mildew. Oh, please. You don't know what the prairies are like. There is not a problem with that. Prairies are just like moving air all the fucking time.
I'm pretty sure Bob has mold and mildew on him before he even gets into the tub.
That's kind of what I was getting at.
Oh, because I'm so old, I have moss on me. No, actually, I don't have a lot of moss on me. I do have some calluses that are pretty impressive. I know sometimes I attack my calluses with a utility knife, and I'm cutting off like ounces of meat, and I don't even feel it. It's just like, dead skin. That's kind of cool. I give them to the dog.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so if the dog ever shows up at a meet and greet and Bob's not there, we know what happened.
Yep, the dog ate Bob.
That's kind of the hope, right? I mean, isn't that the best way, right? You just go from, all right, I'm here in the environment, and now I'm going to get consumed, and now I'm going to get pooped out. So,
I think I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, except for your luck, it'd be Charlie would be in the RV and he'd shit on your seat.
No, actually, I took the passenger seat out of my RV so Charlie has somewhere to sit because he's too big to fit in the seat.
Guys, I'm gonna call it a night.
Yeah, Gary.
Yeah, me too.
I'll let you all have it.
Night, Gary.
Yeah, Gary.
Yeah.
You have a good night, buddy.
Good night, guys. Good night, Gary.
Good
I
night,
will
Gunpowder.
see you another day.
Gunpowder.
Right, Gunpowder.
Well, that was interesting, Bob. Thank you. Everybody listening to this is now
Left because Bob talked about taking the seat out of his van so his dog could sit there.
No, I don't think that's what.
No, it was more about the Bob bacon.
Oh no, just feed the calluses to the dog. Well, what else are you gonna do? You don't want to throw them on the floor or vacuum them up. I mean, the dog might as well have them.
God, that's disgusting, Bob.
What? The dog
Canadian.
doesn't care. It's just protein to him. But you guys are weird.
Let's see now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 non-Canadians and 1 Canadian. The non-Canadians are thinking the Canadian's weird. Majority rule.
Well, whatever.
Oh, Lord have mercy. So let's find a different conversation, gentlemen. Ooh, like that gun you're showing there, Fine Ape. What is that?
Fine Ape's got a gun. Oh,
A very nice gun.
that's not bad.
Last
5906.
59. Yeah,
That's a
59.
Smith.
Yep, Smith 3rd Gen.
I like Smith and Wessons though. I like their revolvers. I don't like their automatics. I don't like their pistols.
Now, what's that chambered in?
9mm.
Yeah, my brother loves them. He's got a bunch of them. He just thinks they're the greatest. And I'm like,
Back when I was doing security work, I had a buddy that carried a pair of those in 45 ACP, and he loved them.
Oh yeah, it's got like a super short reset on it. I mean, there's the reset for the single action.
That's nice.
Boy, that ain't much of a trigger pull, is it?
No, and the double action's just smooth.
You want a smooth double action, the SIG 250, because that's all it is, right? It is so controllable. It's mind-boggling how that gun feels.
A couple years back, I was actually considering picking up a SIG 250 and didn't do it. Now I feel like kicking myself.
Man, I'll tell you, I didn't even realize what I was buying, right? Because I'm an idiot. But I wanted 9mm. I was looking at Beretta, looking at Sig. Sig was like $100 cheaper. And I knew it was DA only, and I kind of went, fuck it, it's a Sig, right? And then I get it and realize, oh my god, that's a polymer pistol. And I was just like, oh fuck, I bought a polymer pistol. Yeah, so it's kind of, I didn't, I didn't research, I didn't look, I just thought, oh, a Sig's a real gun.
Well, guys,
Once I had it, I loved it.
I just got a email from Alan B. Pro.
Uh-oh.
Yes, he has abandoned us for his girlfriend, apparently. Can you believe that?
So is that left Nina or righty?
Yeah, which girlfriend?
He's decided that she's more important than we are. Can you believe
Which
that?
girlfriend, though? I mean, because, like, you know.
Well, I'm sure it was the one he had over at his apartment the other day when he was on camera with us.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I can't remember
The
which one.
blonde? Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many. I mean, you're always seeing, like, a different one every time.
It's a shame when they do that.
That is you, man.
Hey, C4 Defense, how are you, buddy? What are you cackling at? Yes, what are you cackling at?
Nothing.
That was something, apparently. Soylent, how are you, buddy? They make an emoji for what?
Oh boy!
I hope to God he watches this replay, and I hope he sees that because that's great. Oh Lord, yes. Wow. Yes, it has.
You go.
Yeah, Arsenio Hall, man, that's a throwback. God. I used to watch, I was never one to watch late night talk shows when I was younger, but I would watch Arsenio because of the way he presented himself in those shows and the way he interviews. I loved his interview style. He was just relaxed as shit, you know. And I would actually watch his over Letterman or Carson or anybody else that was on. Have you become a nun there, Bob?
No, I think he's trying out for the role of Igor.
Cornholio! I am King Corneo.
No.
No.
Not even remotely close.
No. You will not make a Beavis or a Butthead there, Bob. Well, you might make a Butthead, but not that one.
No, that didn't work at all.
No. Lord have mercy. See, these are the things that yeah. Apparently, ladies and gentlemen, for the latecomers, Alan B. Pro has decided that his girlfriend is more important than hanging out with us on these late night chats.
Have you seen her? Hell yeah.
Damn, man. I'm heartbroken. You know, just damn. But you know, I guess I had one that got that serious, and she wanted me to spend time with her. I probably would too. Now, no offense to you guys, but
well, I don't see a woman getting serious about you anyway, so yeah, we don't have a problem with that.
Well, I tell you what, I've been married twice, and both of them was pretty serious.
No, that just means you made two mistakes.
Well, now I will say this: the first one was not a mistake. The first one was something very special. It was something that caused me a lot of pain, a lot of misery, a lot of hurt, but not for the reasons you think.
They make a cream for that now.
No, we got married on her birthday in April. And on October 28th, she was killed of the same year. So, yeah, that first one meant the world to me. And as you could well imagine, I went off the deep end. So, yeah, the first one wasn't a mistake. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. It was everything that love was meant to be.
I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still married to the second one. I just ain't seen her in 8 years. So, but if twice don't work, not doing a third. Well, I would get married again. I would get married again if I found the right woman.
Yeah, they say the third time's a charm, but she damn well better be charming.
Yeah.
But yep.
She'd have to be something extremely special.
Yeah, you got robbed the first time. I think that, but I mean, hey, could be worse.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be because you got it taken away. I don't know. We'll talk about that some other time, maybe.
Well, no, we can talk about it anytime you want to talk about it. I mean,
I just don't want to do live.
It's been many years ago now, Bob.
Yep. But I had things kind of like that long time ago, and yeah.
But I will never call the first one a mistake ever. It's just
Yeah. And yeah, obviously I didn't know, so I didn't mean that. But yeah, didn't know that was how the first one ended. I just thought they were both divorces. So
nope, unfortunately not. But It's all good, people. It's all good. We're not here to be sad or depressed. I don't do depressed.
I'm depressed myself and then go to bed.
Well, you go undepress yourself and you get some rest, Bob. We will see you some other time. We might be doing this again tomorrow night. Who knows? Apparently, these folks enjoy these late night chats for some ungodly reason.
Well, because do you know why? There's fucking nothing on television. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, if you just have like even like basic cable or Netflix, like fucking it only like, I mean, there's not shit on Netflix that people haven't already seen probably 10 times, right? And when a new series does come out, it comes out all at once, so everyone always binge watches it in like 1 or 2 days. So there's really like never anything on Netflix. There's fucking nothing but like the same old Avenger movies on fucking TV, right? Like I don't know how many fucking times they played like Captain America and Iron Man and shit. Like, there's only so many times you can watch those movies, right? And then even if you have something like HBO, you look on HBO and it's like the same fucking movies every single night. It's like, wow, change it up a little bit. Like show me something from the fucking 70s or something I might not have seen before. Right? Like something.
I'll tell you what I do. Throughout my life, I have come across certain shows that I really enjoyed watching as a kid, and as I grew older, I would find more. And there's a few of these shows that I watch all the way through at least once every year. Babylon 5 is a show that I absolutely love. It's science fiction. I know a lot of people's not into that, but I am. And I watched that show completely through every year. Grant you, it ain't but 5 seasons. It was only intended to be 5 seasons. But to watch that show progress and watch the characters grow it's absolutely amazing, because every character has his or her own story arc, and from where they start to where they end up is two completely and totally different places. Another show that I try to watch every year is Stargate SG1. I'll watch it all the way through, and that's a bit rough because that's 10 seasons. So
You're talking like the old school SG one, not that like Atlantis shit, right?
no, I'm talking about the original SG1 Stargate. Yes.
Yeah, because like all the spin-offs from that were like pretty terrible, I thought.
I liked some of the Atlantis episodes. Some of the episodes, the show as a whole, no, I wasn't a real fan of it.
Can we just admit the long hair, like the long dark haired chick, right? Like with the accent, like she made that show, like the Atlantis show.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
she was in the regular one too, right? But yeah.
Yep, pretty much. Well, to me, it's about like Deep Space Nine. There were certain seasons of Deep Space Nine that I really liked, and then there was others
And
that I
that
just
was all the seasons that had the wars in it, right?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Like they had all the good space battles and shit. Yeah, I know what you're saying, dude.
As like, and the rest of them was like, God, where's this thing? Now it's different though. I mean, with Star Trek: The Next Generation, I thought that, especially after what the second season, that really started getting really, really good. After that first season was over with, and Riker grew a beard. I think the beard had something to do with the show getting better. I can't prove that, but Riker grew the beard, the show got better. Coincidence? Maybe, but who knows? Miami Vice is a show from the 80s that I watch all the way through, or try to. There's a couple of episodes that they're having fights with certain companies with for the rights, but you can watch most of it. Yeah, it's just, and there's a few like movies that I'll do that with.
A show that I watched this year, and usually like I don't watch like too many TV shows nowadays at all, right? Like if I do see a good show, yeah, then I'll watch it, right? But it's that Happy show on Sci-Fi.
I've never
Have you
seen
seen
that
that show?
I've
Okay, it
never
has
seen
like the one of the main guys from the old TV show, like I think it was Law and Order, right?
Okay.
So you know this guy is like a police detective from like Law and Order, like right? Like I don't know if you ever watched that show, but
Oh yeah.
but now he plays like almost like the same fucking character, kinda, but that has gone like batshit crazy cop. That's like like I like just like druggy, uh, drug dealing, doing dirty cop shit, like kind of cop that's like crazy and who kind of has like an imaginary friend that he shares with his daughter, kind of a thing. Right? It's fucking like out of this world, dude. Like I'm surprised it's literally on Sci-Fi. I'm totally surprised they weren't like, no, you gotta like, you can't, you have to tame this down. I mean, just once you watch the very first episode, you'll be like, what the fuck? Like you'll be hooked. You'll just be like, what did I just watch? Like I gotta see more of this crazy shit. It's something original. I'll tell you that. It's not the same old shit. It's not the same old. Yeah, it's something new and entertaining.
There's a few shows out there now that's come out in the last couple of years that I'm really enjoying. Punisher. I don't know if you've watched that.
I haven't even seen one episode of that. I haven't watched. I watched a couple episodes of Daredevil, I think it was, and then I was just like, and I watched a couple episodes of like Jessica Jones, and I was like, And then like I don't even know what other superhero ones are, but I've seen like a couple episodes of like the first couple ones that came out. They just weren't my thing, so I haven't even watched Punisher, dude. And I have Netflix. I pay for Netflix every month. I still haven't watched that shit. I watched all of Stranger Things though. Like I watched, both seasons of Stranger Things. That was badass.
Now I'll tell you the secret to Punisher. You're gonna have it's sort of like video gaming. You're going to have to grind through the first 4 or 5 episodes before it really starts getting good. But when it starts getting good, it don't stop. It
I,
just
I heard
it's
that. I heard that fucking like some gun guys making fun of it. Like they were saying like it doesn't matter what gun the Punisher picks up, like if it's a red dot or what scopes on it or whatever, like they all have the same reticle. Like they all like when they go to like switch from like the camera view to the reticle view, like or something, like they all have the same reticle. Is that true? I was like, dude, like he's picking up a 1x red dot with like a fucking like mil dot reticle in it, and then he picks up a scope, mil dot like everything he's picking up has some kind of like BDC reticle. Like the same BDC reticle.
you
Is that
know
true?
I did not pay that much attention to it. I would have to go back and watch it to
I heard
see.
it got I don't know. Like I haven't seen not even one episode, so I have no fucking clue. But I heard a couple guys talking about it, and they were saying like the gunplay was like pretty fucking horrible, dude. And they were like, like there's like better like B movies with better gunplay, like. So that's just what I heard. I don't like. Again, I haven't seen it. I
See,
have no
those are people that's being nitpicky. First of all, you have to understand that Punisher is based on a Marvel superhero, so it's
Anti-hero.
all
Well, is he
fantasy.
superhero? He's not. He doesn't have superpowers.
Well,
No, he's just really good at what he does.
yeah, which is kicking ass, and
Kill people.
Yeah.
pretty much that's his job. That's his superpower. He goes around and he blows the shit out of people, and he does it in a way that is quite memorable in certain situations. I mean, he basically let a guy blow himself up and just watched it. Boom, walked off. He buried 2 or 3 in some cement after he beat the shit out of him. By the way, yeah, and he just it's a good movie or a good show for what it is, and you have to keep in mind that it is based off of a Marvel comic character. It's not meant to be reality. It's not, it's meant to be comic bookish. You don't watch a Captain America or Iron Man movie expecting things to be realistic. If you're looking for realistic, watch John Wick, because that's probably going to be a hell of a lot more realistic for what it is, anyway. At least John Wick, you can see him reload, But
You know what show I never saw? I want to binge watch one of these days. Boardwalk Empire. That one always looked pretty good.
see, that sort of thing don't interest me. If it don't have, I'm not into comedies. I'm not into dramas. I like action, adventure, sci-fi, and fantasy. And that's pretty much where I lay my hat when it comes to television and movies. I don't watch too much of anything else.
Well, one thing I like to do is I don't like to watch sometimes series, especially if I'm not like sure about it or how long it's going to last. Because I've been totally kind of shit on before, where I'll find some good show, right? Like there was a show called like Jericho or something, I think.
That was a pretty damn good show.
Yeah, I got into it, right? And it was only like 2 seasons long or something, and they totally just like leave you fucking hanging. And it was just like, fuck, where's the ending to this? Like, and that really pisses me off, right? It's like, God, if you're gonna cancel the show or whatever, at least do like one more show just to like, end up wrap up the story or something, right? Like, just don't fucking cut it off at and just leave people hanging like that. So that shit really pissed me off. So sometimes I like to see if the series is actually going to seems like it's going to be out for a while before I really like start investing in a series. Because I don't get to like really binge watch like a whole thing like all day long or whatever. So it's like one episode here, one episode there type of thing.
Well, I'll tell you what's just as bad as that is them not finishing off a series, is them ending a series in just a cop-out way. and I've seen them do that several times. There used to be this show that come on late at night. It was called. Hold on a minute. Let me. Shit. It was a vampire. It was a show about a vampire by the name of Nick Knight. Forever Night was the name of it, as a matter of fact. And the last episode in that series was such a fucking cop out. Basically, it had the lead character who was a vampire who was trying not to be a vampire, who was also a cop, and his girlfriend. And apparently, he bites her and takes too much blood, so his mentor comes and kills them both. And I was like, what kind of shitty cop out ending was that? That sucks. There was 100,000 ways you could have ended this show, and that's what you chose to do, is kill the two main characters. I was pissed. I'll tell you, I was talking about Miami Vice earlier. I don't know how many people was actually a fan of that show, but the last episode of that I thought was a really good ending to the show.
Okay, now I honestly I haven't seen Miami Vice since probably like late 80s or early 90s was the last time I saw and actually saw an episode of that. But if I remember right, didn't like fucking like Sonny get shot or something at that last episode and like die? Like one of them died or was like maybe died. Like they left like a hanging thing there. Can't remember, but I thought one of them got shot there at the end and died in the other one's arms or some shit.
Well, one of them was shot, and one of them, and it was pretty bad. But
Yeah, and this ain't a spoiler alert because this show's been out for fucking like 30 fucking years. So
yeah, exactly. But no, neither one of them died. The last episode, the way it ended, finally, was they were pretty much right back where they started from. With I don't know if you remember, you'd have to watch the first episode to understand the ending and where they're coming from, because in the last few episodes they had been going through a bunch of shit, and a lot of shit had went down, and they had been accused of being dirty cops and blah blah blah. And finally, they do something. They just give up on it, turn their badges in, and you got Crockett standing there, and you got Tubbs standing there, and then there's a quote from the first season at the end of the first episode, I think it was, is when Crockett looks at Tubbs and says, "Have you ever thought about a career in Southern law enforcement?" Tubbs looked at him and says, "Maybe, maybe." Well, that's exactly how they ended the show, and I thought that was great. It takes it all the way back to the beginning. It goes full circle. They're standing on the beach having a conversation.
So, what about that old TV show 21 Jump Street? Not the like remade crappy movies.
I could never get into that, and I don't know why. I just could not get into it. It's I don't know if it was just the premise that I didn't like, or maybe some of the actors, but there was just something about it that just didn't click with me.
Oh, you know what I heard? And I don't know if it was a troll or if it's real or just bullshit, but I heard that they were coming out with another Married with Children TV show. So, and like they're even bringing back some of the old characters and shit. So I don't know if this is going to be like Bud and Kelly grown up, or I don't know how they're working it, but I heard they're coming out with another Married with fucking Children, dude. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, if they're bringing back like some of the original characters, at least like maybe at least Al like does guest appearances once in a while as grandpa or some shit, like I don't know, but that could totally fucking work. And I loved that show. Like, what more offensive, like non-politically correct shit can you go? I mean, like just like he always ragged on fucking. He was like the Archie Bunker of the fucking 90s, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
if they stick with the same premise, they use the same writers or the same type of writers, and use the same type of comedy and same type of jokes, it would be a
which
major...
were all offensive and vulgar and you know like non-politically correct and shit. You know what I mean? Like every episode, there, like he would walk in the door and fat woman joke, right? You know, and stuff like that. So I mean, like that show doesn't fly nowadays, but it should. And that's why I'm like excited for it to come back because I'm like, fuck yeah, let these little liberal shits who have never even seen an episode of Married with Children see what a real man's like, right? Fucking, I don't give a fuck. I was like, dude, like, like he was kind of like the, I guess stereotypical manly man, right? Like he kind of was.
Oh yeah, and he hated his wife, he hated his life, he hated everything that was going on around him, and he had the pesky next door neighbor who was, uber liberal with her, much younger boyfriend. She was the original TV cougar. So yeah, it was a very good show, and it was on the fringe. I mean, it was. I would say that show probably had the censors pulling their hair out a lot. Do we let this go or don't we? And they got away with a lot of crap. Just the outfits the girls was wearing, especially in that time period, the 90s. You didn't see that on TV much, buddy. That was something you seen on the big cable networks. And this was on what, Fox? If I'm not mistaken, it was Fox. And not late night. It would come on the prime time. So, and and they got away with it. It was a great show, and if they brought it back, yeah, I would probably have to watch that. And this is coming from somebody who, like I said earlier, I'm not a fan of comedy. I really ain't, because I find most comedy stupid. It's not funny, it's stupid. There is a difference. When I think of comedy, I think of Mel Brooks shit or Married with Children. To me, that's comedy. The Bunkers, that was comedy. What was the other one? Moving On Up with George Jefferson, that was comedy. That was funny shit. There was the other one with the Junkyard. Sanford and Son. Loved Sanford and Son. That was freaking hilarious. But most of the stuff that come on after those shows wasn't funny anymore. It was just stupid. And that's my biggest issue with like Jim Carrey. I don't like that style of comedy. To me, it's not funny. It's just a man acting like an idiot. And I don't want to. I'll tell some jokes. Fine, that's great. But make them jokes that are actually funny. And none of that shit was. Period. Night Court. You remember Night Court? I thought Night Court was good. I thought Cheers was good. But there's very few shows on that I honestly thought was funny. Me and my mom loved to watch Three's Company. Why?
Do you remember Sledgehammer?
Yep, I remember Sledgehammer. Absolutely. Yep, that was a pretty good show. But see, I remember shows a lot of people don't remember, like Automan. Do you remember Automan?
I don't remember that one.
It was on for like what, a season, maybe a little longer than that. But it was basically a guy who was I don't know how to describe it here. It was sort of like a pixelated man that come out of a computer, but he had this little thing called cursor, and cursor was just a little blue ball that could make him whatever he needed at any given point in time. It was a superhero movie, but it was cool. Lord. Night Court and Cheers. Yep, Vanessa Kitty, you got good taste, darling. Well, I say that, and then I realize that you're watching my show. So, maybe not.
I just got night straight.
Do what?
I think I just got night strike.
How do you figure that? You think you just got night strike?
Yep. I think he's had
No,
too
I
much.
thought we changed Night Strike's name to like mid-afternoon strike or like early evening strike. He ain't fucking awake at night.
That was good.
Yeah, we had a long talk about that the other night, didn't we? Wow, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That guy might have to wake up at like fucking 3:30 in the morning, like my old lady does, right? Like I don't fucking know. So I can't really blame him for that. Like people get on a schedule and shit.
You know, well, my schedule. I have a schedule. It's just screwed up.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think everybody who's up this late schedule's screwed up. Either like they work graveyards or shit like that. Fucking.
Well,
I'm still working. Fuck, I've been at work since 4 o'clock yesterday.
it's weird because I will go in at. Sometimes I leave the house at noon, and I'll get to work at 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, depending on what I'm doing between the time I leave and the time I actually get to work. And then I'll have to make up my mind, well, do I want to go ahead and clock in, or do I just want to hang around outside for a little while and wait? Because I don't like getting to work and just going straight in and clocking in. I like getting out there, look, see what the hell I've got going on, and then decide what I'm going to do. Depending on what size mess I've got waiting on me, of course. And sometimes I'll stay till 10, 11, 11:30. Just depends on what's going on there.
Yeah,
And
imagine going to work for 4 hours, then coming home for 8, then going to work for 4 hours, then coming home for 8, and then going to work for 4 hours doing a split shift like that. That's what fucking sucks, dude. Like that really fucking sucks. I'm just telling you.
I wouldn't do it. I couldn't do it. That would drive me absolutely up a freaking wall.
Yeah, and that's like basically what I'm doing right now, and it's one of the hardest shifts there is. Like, it really is. It really fucks with you, dude. It does.
Yeah, because you have no chance to really get any sleep. Because if you're like me, when you get home from work, you can't go straight to bed. I have to have time to unwind. I'm normally.
You're basically taking a couple hour naps in between shifts and each shift, and it still doesn't add up to like a full 8 hours or even 6 hours. Like it's adding up to like 4 hours, right? 4 or 5 hours, and that just like sometimes this ain't fucking enough.
I very rarely get more than 5 hours sleep anyway. If I get more than 5 or 6 hours sleep, it's a miracle.
Same way. I get like 4 or 5 hours most nights.
I'm pretty good with 6, man. I 6. That's right about perfect. 4.
I get 4 or 5 hours of sleep every night, and well, this like yesterday. I got off there. I was done. We were still chatting at what 4:30 yesterday, 3:30, 4:30, somewhere around there. Well, I didn't finally hit the hay until about 5 o'clock, and woke up at 9:30, and that's just about normal for me. So
I dropped out of like, what time did you finish off? It was like 4 in the morning. Like when you night.
well, I know the other night when we went 4.5 hours the other night doing this, and believe it or not, Dead Horse, for 4.5 hours, I constantly had people in the chat, and a lot of them was just the same people the whole time. And man, we had a blast. Of course, I only got like 4 hours sleep that night, so but it was great. It was fine.
By the time I get home here, I ain't even gonna go to sleep here. I might take a nap about 8, 9 o'clock this morning because I gotta be up at 6, and I ain't even gonna get home till like 5:30. So, no point laying down for fucking half an hour.
Well, where the hell do you got to go after you get home?
Nowhere. I gotta get home. Yeah.
Yeah. Does that truck you don't got not have a bunk in it?
No, this one doesn't.
Uh-huh. Well, see, that sucks because what I was going to suggest is pull when you can get back to your lot, pull in, park the truck, and jump in the back, get some sleep, then go home.
Yeah, I can't do that. I gotta be there. I gotta be home before the wife and kid gets up. They get up at 6. So.
Wow. Yeah, well, what do you do? Wait till they get up, get moving, and then you lay down, take a nap or something for a few hours?
That's probably that's what I normally do, but I know I got some running to do tomorrow, so I don't know if I'm gonna lay down before I go run, but I gotta pick my kid up at 3 tomorrow afternoon from school. So don't know when I'm gonna sleep today, if I do.
Lord have mercy. Well, folks, I tell you what, speaking of time and sleep, I think that it is going on close to 4 o'clock now, so I think we're going to call this one done for the night. What do y'all think?
That sounds like a good idea.
I think that it is a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I'm almost back to the yard.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a great night. I've had a blast. I hope y'all have had fun. Remember, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. I've got a big surprise coming up on the channel in the next couple of weeks. It is going to be huge. Stick around for that. I think that particularly this rally bunch is really going to enjoy it. So, with that being said, we are getting out of here for the night. You got anything to plug, Dead Horse?
Yeah, come to Gun Channels. Sign up over there. It's free.
I'll accept that. Ariel? Earth to Ariel.
Oh, sorry. Trying to think. I put out a new video today. The Security 9 video is out. Nobody's seen that.
What's your YouTube channel?
Black Cat Outdoors. And I'm trying to think. I might do a chat tomorrow afternoon. Depends on how goofy I get. If I take a nap and get up during the day, maybe I'll throw something up tomorrow afternoon. I'll see what's going on. If not, I'll probably do one Friday. So that's usually lunchtime chat. Other than that, I think
You
that's
just
probably
got 2 more subs, so.
Oh, thanks, Lord.
Wow. The way this show started tonight. Interesting. Okay, guys, we're getting out of here. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. We will see you next time.